is interested in your heart. A study conducted by Harvard Divinity School revealed that religious environments led by narcissistic figures tend to have higher rates of members experiencing trauma, crises of faith, and even abandoning their spirituality. Do you know? Why? Because vanity demands idolatry, and when the leader becomes an idol, the gospel vanishes. This is not about negating who you are. It is not about erasing your experiences, your gifts, or your studies. Rather, it is about remembering that everything you have received was grace, a gift. It was not merit. And if you use your spirituality to ascend to a pedestal instead of descending to serve, then you have not yet understood anything. I recall an elder one day attempting to explain to a young man that he was not spiritual enough to partake in communion. The young man left weeping, utterly devastated, and I followed him. I sat with him and spoke of Christ, of redemption, of how communion was an invitation, not a medal. In that moment, that boy understood that Jesus died for him in the same way he died for everyone else. And he returned with a shy smile on his face. Sometimes the greatest miracle is this: helping someone understand they are loved even without being perfect. And perhaps today, right now, you need to hear this. You do not need to be a faith genius. You do not need mystical experiences or extraordinary revelations. You only need to acknowledge that you need God. That is sufficient. And if ever you begin to consider yourself superior because of your faith, your understanding, or your spiritual life, remember, the Son of God washed the feet of his disciples. The Creator himself knelt. Do you want a challenge? For 7 days, observe your attitudes and thoughts. Every time you find yourself spiritually judging someone, either silently or aloud, stop and pray. Pray for that person. Bless them. And ask yourself, am I being more like Jesus or like the Pharisees? For spiritual pride destroys, but humility saves. When I wrote that bishops like myself were the guardians of the faith, it was not because I sought power. It was because I understood the damage that confusion could inflict. Authority, when properly understood, does not oppress. It protects. It does not place itself above others. It places itself between others and danger. But this is not always easy to grasp. And I know that many are fearful, afraid to trust leaders, afraid to submit